So if you're stuck with a narcissist, watch this. Hi, my name is Busi. I just want to help you know that there's a way out, that you can survive this nightmare you found yourself in. And I am gonna share with you my own experience, because after living for 18 whole years, 18 whole years with what I came to realize that was a narcissist, helped me find my way out, because I was stuck. I thought my life was done, was over, finished. But that doesn't have to be a story, okay? Yeah. So if this is something that you're interested in, watch, yeah. Right, let's begin. Let me begin by sharing with you what I had to do. Because before I could put my finger on what was happening, or the kind of person I was dealing with, or the behavior that I was having to witness, and the person that I had become, because it totally transforms you. You end up not recognizing yourself in the mirror, right? So I had to dig deep, because when you are with a narcissist, you are in a deep, dark pit. It's like you're sinking every day. Every day you're getting deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. Before you know it, you're like, yeah, just, I'm just trying to explain to you, like, you'll be like sinking down, yeah? So anyways, I don't want to take much of your time. I know you are probably worried. You'll be worried anyways, and wonder if things could change, because for the longest time you're living in hope. You're hoping that maybe one person will knock some sense into their head. Or for me, when I first called the police, I thought, I remember saying to the police, because when they're talking to them, and I was like, I'm so happy somebody can knock some sense into their head. But this was like, how long was that ago? This was like almost 10 years into our relationship. Yeah, almost, not quite 10. Yeah, so if you were living in hope that maybe after that incident, things will get back to normal, or they'll realize it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. I lived in hope. After the police had left, things actually even got worse, because they were like, so you think you can call people on me? Oh my God. I was like, yeah, because you wouldn't just call the police, would you? I mean, they're not your friend. I mean, they keep us safe, right? That's their duty in society. So if you feel unsafe, you call the police. So, which is what I did. Now, the point of the video is for you to know how you can unstuck yourself from this narcissist. First thing that you should do is just to breathe. I mean, I know it sounds simple, just to stop, okay? Because you'll be going round and round in circles, in your head. What a narcissist does is they make sure you are always ruminating. That is like thinking about what's happened, what has been said, what needs to be said. So your headspace is always busy. So by just breathing, taking time out, 5 minutes of just closing your eyes and breathing, just to still yourself. And after that, Just say, I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. I've said it 3 times, right? There's a book that I can recommend for you to have, for you to read, depending on whether you can afford to buy a copy or you can go online and get a PDF, because that was my first port of call. I didn't have any funds to buy anything online at that point. So I found a free PDF and that I read, and then I was like, oh my God, it was like maybe 56 pages. And because I just wanted relief, I wanted something to help me out. And I just read it through quickly. And then it gives you an instruction that I've given you, that you just need to tell yourself, I love myself. Because when you're with a narcissist, you feel like you're unlovable. You feel like, they just don't show you love. They don't even tell you they love you. Although they will confuse you, maybe on a birthday or rarely on Valentine's Day. You might get flowers, chocolate, and maybe a meal. Well, they won't take you out. They won't take you out for a meal. They'll probably ask you if you want an Indian or a Chinese or whatever, or pizza. And because when you eat at home, like if you order Indian and if you order like a meal deal, like we do, like we buy, what is it called? A set menu. A set menu is when you get like maybe 3 courses. So the portions are extra, so such that you won't even be able to finish them in one day. So then the next day you'll be eating it, but then the environment would have changed now. You're wondering, but yesterday things seemed like we were getting back on track, and the next day things have changed. It's like the weather. One day it's sunny, the next day it's raining, it's gray. You'd be like, okay, maybe. I mean, you would have excuses for them. I did. That's why you just said me saying maybe. I excuse them for their behavior. I try to understand why they were behaving the way they were behaving, why they were not doing things that they needed to do. Pick up if there's any bills that need to be paid, I'll just do it for the sake of peace. But at the end of the day, it's tiresome. And now when you've gotten to a point where you cannot provide for yourself financially, that's when the rubber meets the road. So this is when you actually feel how stuck you are, because now you're thinking, I can't live if I'm to, and maybe you've got children as well, young kids. That is another way kids are a blessing, right? Let's not get that twisted. But a narcissist would want you to be in a position where you've got a young child. So the thought of you living with a young child, it will just be non-existent, because you're thinking that you're trying to do something that is good for the family. And while the narcissist doesn't look at it that way. So the first thing is, like I said in the beginning, the first thing is breathe. Just breathe, like calm yourself down, right? Second one is just tell yourself, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself. I know at first when I said that, it was like, you're lying. My brain was like, you're lying, you don't. And I was like, no, I do. Well, not that it made sense, but I needed to say that. And just by saying that, maybe within a week or 2 weeks, your life would have completely transformed. In the sense that you start seeing things, you start noticing and being able to digest what is happening. You start seeing that it's like it wakes you up from your sleep or slumber. And then all of a sudden you're like, why do I tolerate this? If my parents lived in a certain way, why should I live like the way they lived? Because at the end of the day, us as humans, we make our own decisions about our own lives. I mean, our lives will never be the same, even if we tried to replicate how they lived. And besides, for me, I was in a different environment altogether, and trying to import their way of living to our way of living, it didn't work. It just did not work. And so I was proper stuck. And after you've read the book, you just need to plan your exit. You need to plan your exit. A narcissist is just like a child, like a 5-year-old child stuck in an adult body. It doesn't matter how many years they are. It could be 40, it could be 50. The behavior is the same. They act out, and it's tiresome, isn't it? It's draining, and they feed on your energy. Have you noticed that they just like to cause strife? They don't want peace, they want drama. You are always putting up fires. So you've put up one fire there, you've put out another fire there, and there's another one everywhere. So like, if you're trying to do something, for example, I was trying to, what was I focusing on? Right, I wanted to start a blog, right? So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna focus on doing this and doing that and doing that. Before I knew it, it was 3 months down the line and I hadn't done anything. I hadn't done anything, but I was at home. And I was wondering, what is going on here? Why is it that every day or every week or every 3 days, there has to be a fire that is putting out? If it's not from our 4 walls, it is from outside. It's not just outsiders and strangers, it's from extended family. And it's normally about something that I would have said. And I'm like, when did I speak to people? So anyways, planning your exit is, depending if you've got kids, like I did. I had 2 children, a teenager and how old was it? 8? He was 8 at the time. And a teenager was a girl, or is a girl, and the 8-year-old one is a boy. So now, with my the daughter, I could talk to her about what was happening. She witnessed everything. One time I asked her to call the police for me because my phone had been snatched away from me, so I couldn't call. Yeah, so she had seen that. She had seen a mom bleeding, and it's just traumatic. It's traumatic for kids to witness. Yeah, so I had to talk to her. I promised her that things are gonna get better. We cannot continue to live like this. Because the other thing is, they were now trying to manipulate the younger one, and my daughter, they didn't care. They were like, oh, because they were no longer giving him that attention they need. A narcissist wants attention. They want to feel important because they think they are important, like more important than anybody else. And then you wonder, they want to be worshipped. I remember one time I said to them, there's only one God, we cannot worship you. You're not God. Right. So planning your exit, like I said, I told my daughter what was happening and what my intentions were, and by when I needed to have left. I don't even know why I came up with that date, but I set my goal to leave as 31 August. And when it was like July, I was telling my daughter that we're gonna leave. 31 August, we won't be here. I don't know how we're gonna do it, but we are not gonna be here. You deserve to be free. You deserve to just chill in your room, to invite your friends, to just breathe. Because you know, when you live with a narcissist, it's like the air you're breathing is not fresh. I mean, that's why I said just breathe. Yeah, so planning your exit. What I did is I spoke to my daughter. I started packing things. I reached out, asked for help. There's a video that I made about how to report domestic abuse, because if you don't have a support system around you, you probably need to find support. So if you speak to the police, they will refer you to different organizations that can help you. If you're a man, there's a charity for men. If you're a woman, there's a women's aid. There's a video, I'll put it in the description for you to access, how to report domestic abuse. Right, so after you've planned your exit, like if you report or if you speak to the women's charity, they will help you plan your exit. Does that make sense? Yeah, right, because obviously you have so many questions and doubts, but the women you speak to would have gone through the same thing like I did. I mean, I was hopeless, so to say. I didn't think I could even be talking to you like now about my experience, because I was so afraid and ashamed. I felt guilty that I was doing the wrong thing, but this was good for my own mental health and just my own physical health and spiritual health. Is it called spiritual health? Yeah, but you know what I mean? Now, one thing that you have to realize is if you're going to live in silence. If you're talking to Women's Aid, if you're talking to whatever charity that will be helping you, or even if you don't need those kind of support, you can just plan your exit and live in silence. Just don't announce to them, because once you do that, I remember for me, one time we were just going to go out on a day trip because I realized they were not going to do anything for the kids, and I didn't like that kind of an existence where you don't even go anywhere. You're just, if you're not in school, you're at home. What kind of a life is that? 10 years, 15 years? Right, so we sort of like, we were planning to go out for the day trip, and then they didn't know where we were going that day. But then it so happened that when we wanted to use the bathroom, because we had one bathroom, they also wanted to use the bathroom, because normally they would just be in the house and they wouldn't even shower or need the bathroom in the morning until probably like 11 or midday, because we're trying to catch the 11 o'clock train, was it? Yeah, maybe somewhere there. Yeah, so they asked my younger one where we're going, and then he told him. I mean, he had to like corner him in the shower, like ask him, where are you going? Why are you having a shower this time of the day? Now, so my daughter had not answered that question. She just like pretended like she didn't hear him, and then walked past and went to her room to get ready. Now, it was my turn to get ready. I was gonna be getting ready last. And yeah, so I was in the shower, and then they had left, right, to go to, I'm sure they were going to work, because now at this point they were not telling us where they were going. So they just left, and then I was in the shower, and then I saw them coming back. I was like, oh my God. So they think we were trying to escape. That's the thought I had in my head. I mean, I didn't written it down anywhere. I didn't even, maybe I told one of my friends, but I don't know, maybe they would have been told that we were planning to leave. But I didn't say it when to them, thank God. So now they were just like wondering, watching, because anyway, Narcissist watches your every move. They go in your devices if you haven't got password on there, and go in your search history, everything. I mean, you got no privacy when you live with a narcissist. So I mean, when we left, they just kept calling now my daughter, when it was like 6 o'clock, because they were like, they should be back by now. But yeah, and when it was, so when my daughter told me that he was calling, I was like, what does he want? And then when you got home, you could tell that the person was relieved, like, oh, I was calling you because I wanted to find out if you're eating out for your dinner, or I should be cooking. I was like, he's lying. So anyway, now when you've left, go no contact with a narcissist. A narcissist is going to try to hoover you back in. A narcissist is going to plead, is going to try and say, oh, I'm sorry. And they're going to send people to bombard you with, you need to come back home. It's not good for the kids. It's not good for, oh, you said he's sorry, or whatever excuses they're going to be saying to you. Just go no contact. Because remember I said you feel guilty that you're doing the wrong thing. But then it's only like maybe, I am, how many years now? I'm going into my 3rd year, right? 3rd year after I left. And it's probably taken me 2 years to really land in my own skin and say, this was a right decision for me. This was the right decision for my kids. So I'm talking from experience that just go no contact and maybe minimal contact. Anyway, the good thing with my kids is they didn't have a relationship with their dad. So they had their mom all the time. So nothing had changed except for the environment, which they struggled a little bit, but they knew that this was way better than what we had. So go no contact and start living your life again. So this is all I have for you about if you're stuck with a narcissist, what you can do to help yourself. Reach out in the comment section, reach out on my email if you need any assistance, further assistance. I've walked this road, and it took me 18 years to realize that I was with a narcissist, because I just didn't know. I just didn't know what was going on until I had to research what narcissism was. That's when everything made sense for me. And when I realized that a narcissist is not going to change, it's a personality disorder. So they can't change. They're just going to be who they are, unless and until they decided themselves that they need help. So, which is not something that a narcissist will do, because they thrive on that. That's how they get their supply, right? I was gonna close this video, so let me close it so that it doesn't get too long. I just wanted to come and encourage you, inspire you that it is possible to get unstuck from a narcissist. So, from my heart to your heart, I love you. I know nobody tells you that. You take care. Bye bye.